You are lovingly and peacefully detaching from your person, and this act, though difficult, is catalyzing a powerful transformation within them. Your release is not out of bitterness or resentment, but from a deep inner wisdom that knows love does not chase or cling, it allows. In choosing to focus on your own growth, your healing, and your journey, you are creating a ripple effect in the energy between you. Your person feels it, whether they acknowledge it out loud or not. Something within them is shifting, and healing is beginning to take root. They are growing tired of the same excuses, tired of the patterns that have kept them away from you, and tired of running from what they know in their heart to be true. The distance, once something they may have justified or even chosen, is now starting to feel like a heavy burden. The very reasons they gave themselves for staying away are no longer making sense. They are starting to see the truth clearly, and that truth is this: they miss you deeply, and their soul aches for your presence. Panic is beginning to stir in their chest, rising quietly at first but growing more intense by the day. What if they lose you for good? What if the silence becomes permanent? These questions echo in their mind during sleepless nights. They toss and turn, unable to silence the thoughts of you, unable to forget the way you made them feel, seen, understood, cherished. You are not just a fleeting memory, you are embedded in their being. The connection you share has not faded, it's only become more real in your absence. The tables have turned. Once, it may have been you who waited, who wondered, who longed. Now, they are stepping into that space, finally beginning to understand the depth of what they stand to lose. Regardless of what the physical world might show, the silence, the distance, the uncertainty, they are moving toward reunion. In the spiritual realm, they are preparing. Every sleepless night, every moment of self-reflection, every dream of you is part of their preparation. They are getting ready for a meeting, a reconnection, and ultimately, a union. The Queen of Cups and the King of Cups are reclaiming their rightful places, two souls balancing emotion, wisdom, and heart-centered truth. This connection is divinely orchestrated, and justice is beginning to unfold. Your person is being called to their spiritual duty, to step into the highest version of themselves, not just for you, but for their own soul's evolution. There is no returning to the old ways, no slipping back into avoidance or denial. The door to the past has closed, and a new path is opening before them. Just when you thought it was over, when you were ready to walk away for good, something stirs in the universe. It begins again, not as a repeat of the past, but as something entirely new. Your person is no longer confused. They are no longer hesitating. For the first time, they are clear about what they want, and that clarity centers on you. You are no longer a question mark in their life, you are the answer they've been seeking, even when they didn't know it. Right now, you are all they can think about. They see you thriving, growing, and elevating yourself, and it fills them with pride. Not the pride that comes from ego, but from admiration and deep respect. They are talking about you, even to people you might not expect. They are bragging about your strength, your beauty, inside and out, and your unwavering resilience. Their love for you has only deepened through the separation. They are falling in love with you all over again, perhaps more profoundly than ever before. The desire to speak with you is overwhelming. They want to share everything, the changes they've made, the truths they've uncovered, the person they are becoming. This isn't just about romantic love, it's about soul growth. They want you to see how far they've come, and they want to hear your voice, to reconnect in a way that honors the sacred bond you share. Every insight you once had about this connection, every prediction, every intuitive hit, is coming to life. You were never wrong about this. Now more than ever, it's crucial to trust your intuition. Even if the 3D reality still looks uncertain, Even if they haven't yet spoken the words you've been longing to hear, know that everything is moving behind the scenes. Their soul is aligning with yours. Their energy is reaching out to you. Your detachment was never the end, it was the beginning of something greater. You are both being prepared for union, not just with each other, but with the truth of who you are meant to become. Keep walking your path with confidence and grace. You are being guided. You are being honored. And very soon, everything that once felt lost will return, renewed, reawakened, and more aligned than ever before. Here I am, sitting alone in the aftermath of everything I've caused, feeling the weight of my own choices pressing down on me. It's a strange, suffocating kind of loneliness, one that feels impossible to escape, and yet, I have no one to blame but myself. I dug this hole, this deep pit of misery, and now I have to sit in it. It's not just that I'm physically alone, it's the emptiness that surrounds me, the sense of having no one to turn to, no one who really understands the depth of my pain. I've isolated myself, built these walls around me, and now I'm stuck with the consequences. The hardest part is realizing that I can't undo what's been done. The people who are still in my life, the ones I thought might be there for me, don't see me for who I am. They don't see the anguish, the weight of the guilt that I carry with me every day. Instead, it feels like they only want something from me, my money, my time, my attention. They take from me without ever giving back, and in the midst of it all, I'm left wondering if they even care about me as a person. The truth is, I feel more alone than ever before, even when I'm surrounded by people. It's like I'm just a commodity to them, something to be used up until there's nothing left. I've created this destruction around me, this mess of broken relationships, lost opportunities, and shattered trust. It's as if everything I touched has fallen apart, and I'm the one left standing in the rubble, unable to fix anything. For so long, I tried to blame everyone else, the karmic forces, the people who hurt me, the circumstances I found myself in. I convinced myself that these were the reasons my life had spiraled out of control, that the world was conspiring against me, and that I was simply a victim of everything that happened. I blamed you, too, for leaving, for walking away from me when I needed you most. I thought I had a right to be angry, to feel betrayed. But now, the more I sit with my thoughts, the more I realize that all of that was just a way to avoid facing the truth. The truth is that I was the one to blame. I was the one who hurt you. I was the one who made mistakes that led us to where we are now. And the longer you've been gone, the clearer it has become. I can see now how my actions, my words, my selfishness, my inability to listen, drove a wedge between us. I know I hurt you, and I accept that now, even though it's almost too painful to acknowledge. You may hide your hurt well, but I can feel it. I can feel the distance you've put between us, the walls you've built, and it tears me apart inside. The guilt is overwhelming, and every day it feels like I'm drowning in it. I want to reach out to you, to apologize, to make things right, but I don't know if that's even possible anymore. It's hard to put into words just how much I regret my actions. My heart aches with every memory of how I treated you, how I let my own ego and pride get in the way of the love we shared. There are days when the weight of it all feels like it's too much to bear. It feels like my lungs are going to explode from the pressure, like my chest is being crushed under the enormity of my mistakes. And yet, I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to undo the damage I've done. I want so badly to rush forward, to try and make things right, to tell you how sorry I am, but I stop myself every time. How could someone who gave so much ever accept someone like me back? You deserve the best, and I'm not that person. I'm broken, and I don't know if I can ever be whole again. I see the mistakes I made now, more clearly than ever before. I see the choices that led me down these dark and painful paths, and I can't escape them. Every step I took in the wrong direction brought me further away from you, and now I don't know if there's any way to find my way back. This, I suppose, is what they call karma. The law of cause and effect. We reap what we sow, and I've sown a lot of pain. I've hurt people I care about, and now I'm living with the consequences. There's no escaping that reality, no way to run from it. I can't change what happened, and I can't undo the damage I've done. All I can do now is sit with the consequences and hope that, somehow, I can find a way to make peace with myself. But the road to redemption seems so far away, and the guilt feels like a constant weight around my neck. I wish I could go back in time and make different choices, but life doesn't work that way. All I have now are the lessons I've learned, and the painful truth that I can't escape. I hurt you, and I'm sorry. That's the only thing I can say now, though it feels inadequate in the face of everything I've done. The rest is just a matter of living with the consequences, trying to make sense of the wreckage I've created, and hoping that maybe, someday, I can find a way to heal. Your partner is currently going through a period of deep introspection and emotional unrest. There's a distinct lack of spark in their life, a sense of emptiness that they can't seem to shake off. As they sit with this feeling, their thoughts keep returning to you. They remember the way they felt when they were with you, the warmth, the excitement, the emotional connection. Those memories have begun to stir something powerful within them, a longing to reignite the passion you both once shared. What you had wasn't just a fleeting romance, it left a lasting imprint on their heart and mind. Lately, they've been realizing how much they miss the depth and authenticity of your connection. More than just missing your presence, they are beginning to see the long-term potential of a future together. What once may have seemed uncertain now feels like a path they're meant to walk. They're starting to understand that the bond between you wasn't accidental, it was meaningful, transformative, and perhaps even destined. This realization has inspired them to think more seriously about their next steps. In fact, they've been quietly planning how to re-enter your life, though you may not be aware of it. In order to gain the clarity and emotional readiness they feel is necessary to approach you again, they've been spending a great deal of time alone. This solitude isn't about avoiding the world, it's about confronting their inner world. They've been untangling their conflicted emotions and dismantling negative thought patterns that may have contributed to the distance between you. This inner work is hard and humbling, but it's something they feel they must do if there's any hope of making things right. They don't want to remain in conflict with you. The emotional tension, whether spoken or unspoken, has become too heavy to carry any longer. Your partner is actively manifesting a reconnection with you. They are focusing their energy, their thoughts, and their intentions on healing what's broken. Even if you haven't heard from them recently, they're much closer to reaching out than you may realize. In fact, their communication may come sooner than you're expecting. However, it's important to prepare yourself for the fact that, at first, their words may not be overflowing with emotion or vulnerability. This is not because they don't feel deeply, it's because it's taking them immense courage to take this leap of faith towards you. Showing vulnerability is difficult for them, especially after the emotional setbacks you both may have experienced. Despite this hesitation, they are seeing you in a new and powerful light. They recognize your strength, independence, and courage. They see you as someone who is deeply authentic and loyal, qualities they now realize are rare and invaluable. For perhaps the first time, they fully appreciate everything you brought to the relationship. You weren't just a partner, you were a source of inspiration, comfort, and growth. This recognition has been a wake-up call, making it impossible for them to ignore the pull they feel toward you. They genuinely believe that the two of you are destined to be in each other's lives. Every sign, every reflection, and every emotional nudge seems to be pointing them back in your direction. It's as if the universe is conspiring to remind them of your worth and to give them a second chance to make things right. The magnetic pull toward you isn't just about longing, it's about a deeper sense of purpose and alignment that they can no longer deny. In the midst of this emotional awakening, they are also noticing how both of you have grown, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. This isn't just about reigniting an old flame, it's about coming together again as two people who have evolved and are now capable of building something more grounded and enduring. Justice will be served in this connection, not in the legal or moral sense, but in the sense of balance and harmony being restored. The scales are tipping back toward alignment, and your partner believes that this next chapter, should you choose to write it together, will be richer and more fulfilling than the last. So, as they gather their courage and prepare to reach out, know that this is not a casual decision for them. It is one they are making with intention, reflection, and hope. They may not come to you with grand emotional gestures right away, but the fact that they are choosing to approach you again, after all the inner work, doubts, and realizations, is in itself a powerful expression of love. Be open, but also patient. This is someone who is learning how to face their fears and show up authentically. Their return marks not just a rekindling of romance, but a chance for both of you to co-create something deeper, more conscious, and more aligned than before.